All right, welcome all our guests and those who are already part of the team. We are delighted to host this meeting for the evening, and it's very exciting to end the day in this kind of a style. I want to appreciate each one of us for finding time to join us at this hour. And I will promise each one of us that it will be time well spent. It's our hope that we'll give you more than you expect, because it's a life-changing opportunity. So I'll start by introducing myself. For those who have not met me before, Pts Josphat is my name, married to Pearose seated with me here. And between us, we are blessed with 4 young children. Now, for the last 10 years, we've enjoyed what we want to share with us. But it all started when we were still working in formal employment. Pearose was a high school teacher, she mentioned that. I was personally teaching in the university here in Nairobi, Catholic University of Eastern Africa, but we were hungry for success. And so when this opportunity came and promised us things that we thought are very pivotal in our lives, we took it at once. And we were promised that we would perfect our health and we would boost our incomes. And who are we not to grab such kind of an opportunity? So that is why we are here, because when you are successful, the best thing you can do is to share with other people so that they can also be successful. And so together we will be making the world a healthier and a happier place to be. So it's my joy to ask Pearose to say hi to us and take the first part of the presentation about our health before we go to the issues of money. Thank you very much and most welcome.
Wow, thank you very much, Josphat. It's a great evening indeed. Good evening, everybody. Thank you for joining us this evening, and you're welcome to our session. I see we have people from Uganda. Our guest speaker is already here. We have people from Kenya, all parts of Kenya. We have people from Italy, from the US. You're welcome to our meeting this evening. And we are so glad to host this meeting. And as you've heard, my name is Pearose Cherotich. I'm very excited. For the last 10 years, it's really been an exciting journey for us. And you were also told that I was teaching in high school here in Kenya. I was employed by the Teacher Service Commission of Kenya to teach mathematics and physics in high school. And in 2010, someone visited us in our house and shared with us this opportunity. So this evening, we are visiting you in your house in form of Zoom. And we believe you are going to enjoy the session. It will really be exciting. It has changed our lives, and we believe that many other lives can be changed through the same. So when in 2010, on 17th of July 2010, someone visited us and told us that we can better our health. And personally, I had a lot of health issues. Every other mother at home is worried about their children when they get sick. And we were often sick and we didn't know exactly what was going on. Now, we were taught by this person that it's all coming from the nutrition, the bad nutrition that we have. So we were taught, and personally, I had an issue with my weight. I was weighing 124 kg, which was really taking a toll on my health. But after I was given a solution through the opportunity we are going to share with you, today I smile a lot. I get excited because I have a lot of energy and a lot of health. So I'm going to be taking us through the same, because the company we are going to be discussing about has a great mission, because everything has to have a mission. And the mission of this wonderful opportunity is to make the world a healthier and a happier place. This is a great mission, since each one of us, if you're not healthy, you remember you will not be happy. So health is your greatest wealth, and it's very important to understand that. So the mission is to make the world a healthier and a happier place, and it has to start with you. You cannot go changing others before you start with yourself. And we also say that your health is your greatest wealth. This is very important. This is the greatest wealth. Even though people are looking so much for money, but your health is really, really very important. So we are saying that health is actually determined by three things. Number one is the quality of rest that you have. Number two is exercise. And number three is diet. According to the World Health Organization, the major contributing factor to our health today, bad health or good health, is our diet. So we are saying that what we eat really matters a lot. And we say that every bite you take is either fighting disease or feeding it. So what you have eaten, like for example, maybe some of us have had supper. Have you fought diseases or you have fed them? So eating is really key, and most people don't consider what they eat, whether they are healthy or not. Unfortunately, even now that when we eat healthy, we never know, because we are not the ones maybe who have planted the food from the farm. You know, chemicals are being used, so we are really at risk. And so the World Health Organization has come up with what we call a wellness triangle, which is a pyramid, a recommendation by the World Health Organization that if you want to be healthy, this is what you must follow. And when you look at my triangle down here, it is very, very stable. And to make it stable, what we need to do before we come to the food is to do a lot of physical activity and manage our weight. Yes. Every day, make sure you are doing something, physical activity, make sure you are moving your body, you know. We have a lot of people getting to lifestyle diseases because of a lot of weight and also not doing exercise. Then whole grains is also very important. We eat whole grains, but what is happening is that in most of our homes, we are cooking refined grains, white ugali, white chapati, white rice, white what, everything white, refined. So you are not able to feed your cells, because the cell is the basic unit of life and it needs to be fed. And what feeds the cell is the lipids and sterols that are found in whole grains. The other thing we need to eat a lot is fruits and vegetables. So we need to eat a lot of fruits and vegetables, because this is what protects our cells, that gives our cells immunity. So we are saying eating 5 to 9 different colored fruits and vegetables every day will ensure that your immunity is at peak. But how many of us today have taken 5 to 9 fruits, different colored? It is almost impossible. Then proteins, we need to eat less, 20 grams a day, and we eat the right ones. That is like the legumes or even the white meat, but not the red meat. White meat is good. It has no saturated fats, you know, but red meat is very dangerous with saturated fats and also taking a long time to digest. And the last one is fats and sugars. Eat less, very little, but you find that every other day we are using a lot of sugar. And even indirectly, we are taking things like soft drinks that have a lot of sugar and a lot of fats. We deep fry our food. So what happens is this: instead of eating the way I've shown us, we normally eat the other way around, downward. We have inverted the triangle. What does that mean? It means that we are candidates of lifestyle diseases. And so we have the young man in the middle there. You can see, we normally say he's smiling all the way to the grave. Why? He has a bottle of soda, a lot of, sugar, chips that is deep fried, of course. We have the hamburger, you know. So people are really taking the wrong stuff. You go into a restaurant, you ask for chips, sausage, and soda. Then you are eating the unhealthy. And what is the consequence? The consequence is lifestyle diseases. And we have examples in heart disease, cancer, diabetes, stroke, you know. Nowadays, we have so many of these diseases. Chronic respiratory diseases like asthma. We also have bronchitis, you know. Even corona now is attacking the respiratory system. And we also have obesity, which is now where I was. And these diseases are really taking people's lives at a very high rate, by the way. You find that the World Health Organization had projected that by 2020, these diseases will be costing lives. In every 3 people die of these diseases. And we are already in 2020 and it is happening. So where is the solution? And I was so scared when I heard about this in 2010, because I was personally having 124 kg, I knew that anytime I would have pressure, you know, I already had, my pressure was going up, you know, many other diseases that come with that. And I know most of us today, we say that you are either infected or affected. We are infected since maybe we are the ones having the lifestyle diseases, or we could be affected in a way that our own people, even when your neighbor is sick, you are affected because you have to be called to go and get them to the hospital. So we have a solution, and I was so excited to hear about this solution, which started in 1958 from the USA by Jerry Brasfield himself. The person on this photo is the founder of Neolife, and he was born with a problem called asthma. We all know asthma, and he never outgrew the asthma. He went ahead to be so sick up to the age of 19. Someone advised them to use, to supplement their diet and to eat healthy. And that is when Jerry Brasfield got well. And after he got well, he decided that he's going to take this gospel to the entire world. So he formed the company Neolife in 1958, came to Africa through South Africa in 1971. 1996 is when it came to Kenya. Now in Kenya, it's 24 years. For me, it is 2010, 10 years ago. And today, if you are a guest on this call, it is arriving at yours today. The company is in not only in Kenya, it is in 56 countries around the world. And so it has been there for 62 years because of its values that are really grounded. So we have absolute honesty and integrity. People are number one. They also have wonderful products that work, which I'm just going to be showing you shortly. Equal opportunity for all and long-range vision. So the first thing they started is to form what we call a scientific advisory board, which are involved in the research and development of the products. These are top scientists in the world. So these products are really great. They are best in nature and backed by science. So these are the scientists that are involved in the research and development of the products. So what is the Neolife solution? We go back to our triangle because that is what we are saying, we have to be healthy. So Neolife has said for physical activity, there's nothing that can be done. You just have to take responsibility. Every morning, go out, do some exercise, run, you know, you sweat and you feel nice. But I will be showing you for weight management. When it comes to whole grains, Neolife has developed a product called 3NN, which is 3-in-1. It is the lipids and sterols of wheat, rice, and soya. Very, very nice, which is able to feed our cells. Fruits and vegetables, we have carotenoid complex, which is able to improve our immunity. And then omega-3 salmon oil plus, which is the oil from fish. I said fish is a white meat and has very nice oil, which is very good for brain development, for the heart, and also for the joints. So up here, you can see a sachet, and this sachet contains the product. It has the 3NN to feed the cells. It has the omega-3 to balance the cells. It has the carotenoid complex to boost your immunity. And there's an additional one called the mineral and vitamin complex that is up there. So why? Because we need minerals in our body. So that is one sachet, and we have it in a product called ProVitality. ProVitality has got all the four, the 3NN, the carotenoid, the salmon oil, and even the essential vitamin and mineral complex in ProVitality. So with young children, we have it in liquid form in a product called Liquivite. So we are saying most critical during this corona period is a product called carotenoid, because we are told that people with low immunity have issues with corona. They actually succumb to the same. And people with underlying issues. And I'm excited because in Neolife, you find solutions to all the problems. And I know we know people with diabetes, with asthma, with pressure, you know, with all manner of illnesses that are associated with our lifestyle. Here we have a great solution, and we can help our people who have underlying conditions. And looking at the numbers now, they are really rising. And so we must start with ourselves by protecting ourselves from the same. Weight management, Neolife also has a weight management program. Very, very nice. For me, I really suffered this. But with the Neolife Shake and the Neolife Tea, you get a new body and better life. And so that is me before and after. Actually, here before, I was about 108 kg. When I was 124, I was even fearing to take a photo. I would not want a photo to be near me because it really affected my self-esteem. Today, I'm happy because courtesy of the Neolife Shake and the Neolife Tea, I've been able to size up and I'm feeling more energetic. I'm feeling so grateful to God because of this wonderful opportunity. In your life, we also have children's nutrition. Our kids, they need good nutrition since they are developing. And we also have children who are already suffering from these lifestyle diseases. We can get them to be helped by our nutritional products, which are designed for children. Again, we have herbal alternatives, which are alternatives of herbs, and they are really very important for our systems in the body. Like one called feminine herbal, this is very good for women. Women, we have a lot of hormonal imbalance that can really cost our lives because our health can easily go down with hormonal imbalance. Some people cannot even conceive because of hormonal imbalance. So feminine herbal is a great solution for women. It helps women with their cyclical needs every month, and you are able to go through it calmly. And we also have those people on menopause who are really suffering from the effects of menopause. Feminine herbal is a great product, and also to prevent women from cancers related to women, such as cervical cancer, breast cancer, and many others. Masculine herbal is for men. Men also have their own issues, and especially prostate health. So we are saying men need to get a healthy prostate. And the leading cause of cancer in men is prostate cancer. And you have to get a healthy prostate through using masculine herbal. Neolife has designed this from great herbs, including St. John's wort, which is a great herb that helps you to take care of your prostate gland. So when our man has a healthy prostate, it also means that the man is able to function well. So masculine herbal is really great. For both masculine and feminine, we are recommended that even if you are healthy, every year, just take about 1 or 2 packets like this. And guess what? You will remain healthy forever. Aloe vera juice, you can see this bottle here that is very good for things to do with your digestion. We have people who have a lot of acidity and everything else. Then we also have home care products, which are products to take care of your home from Neolife. They are really great. Why? They are they are made from plants. So when it goes back to the soil, it becomes manure. So they are also very economical because you use very little that goes a long way. So powerful since they do the job. Like us ladies, most of the time we are taking an angle and washing clothes, scrubbing. But with the Neolife G1 laundry, the one you can see there, you only soak your clothes and you come and rinse. What a way to make work easier. We have one like LDC, you wash your vegetables because we have a lot of pesticides in the vegetables we take. You brush your teeth, people with bad breath, you know, it does so much in your home and they are so great. We also have skincare products. Skin is the largest organ in the body. How many of us would want to look younger for longer? Yes, I can see some people raising their hands, smiling, you know. So these are great organic skincare products that are age-defying and self-activating. So you want to be 70 and you are looking 40, I think that is really great. And when people meet you and they are looking like you are your own daughter, you know. So it is a great thing to have the skincare products. And this is one of the best ranges in Neolife that makes you look younger for longer. And the other range is the farm care range, which is very, very good for the farm. You know, our farms are dirty. Our farms have a lot of chemicals. We've applied a lot of chemicals. Therefore, productivity has really gone low. But we have a great solution from Supergrow. Supergrow is a great product. This is a product that you only apply on any crop, by the way, and you increase yields 3 times. When it came to Kenya in 1996, it was taken to the laboratory at the University of Nairobi, and they actually look at it. It's a sticker, it is an adjuvant, it does so much in your farm. So we need to look into this. It's a great, great product. And I want to encourage all of us because we want food security in our country. Right now, we want, the rains are here with us. Get Supergrow, and guess what? You will increase your yields. And we also tell other people. So all these are products found at Neolife International, and we have so many others, as you can see from the picture there. And courtesy of the Neolife products, you will feel better, you will look better, and you will live better. And I'm so glad because now we are talking about 10 years, and me and my family, we even don't visit the doctor. And I think that is the joy of every parent. And we want to make all our family members to be healthy. We want to be healthy ourselves, and Neolife is the best place to get the products. So that is in it for me today. And your health is your greatest wealth. Take charge of your health by joining in Neolife and getting the products of Neolife. So thank you very much. I give it back to Josphat.
All right. Thank you very much, Pearose, for that wonderful session. And yes, Pearose came in for health. That is what motivated her to join the opportunity. For me, I was motivated by money. I think it's because of where I come from, Central Kenya, those who are familiar with our country. And therefore, I want to take us through the next session. But you'll agree with me that when you are not healthy, you will not be able to enjoy money. So although I didn't come in because of health, I came in for money. Today, I have prioritized health more than money. And I am a great beneficiary of the same because you know, as a man, if you don't have full energy and perfect health, then you would be able to provide for your family. And so while I was teaching in the university, I was challenged that I can be able to, on part-time basis, build wealth. I am a believer, so God helped me to believe that it was a good opportunity, nothing to fear about. My only worry was where I would get time from. You know, in most cases, we are too busy. You may not quantify why you are too busy, but we find ourselves too busy, but not making progress in life. So I was very, very busy, but I was becoming poorer as I worked harder and harder. So I thought, let me take this opportunity because nothing will change if I don't change how I was operating. And as a scholar, I was already tired of being broke, or let me say average. But you know, average simply means broke because you're either rich or poor. I was not very comfortable with that kind of life with my level of education. So I want to really appreciate and thank God for the man who brought the opportunity to my house because it has changed everything. I mean, everything. The things I used to dream of today, they are reality. And to help me to really take us through the opportunity from where Pearose left, allow me to share the slides here very, very fast, and then we invite our very, very important guest, a special guest from Uganda, a gentleman who has succeeded big time. So here we go. How do we use these products? We perfect our health, but we also make some good, wealth. Here we are talking of financial and lifestyle success. In sweeter ones, I would talk of financial freedom, which people think it's not possible, but I can tell you it is very, very possible within your life. And also time freedom, where you can be able to be your own boss and enjoy life to the fullest. Pearose and myself today, by the way, we are no longer employees. Good jobs as they were, we were able to fire our bosses because of being empowered financially to the extent that we didn't need any employer. So how does this work? We start by saying this. Come on board, regardless of whether you want to just make some extra income, you can see some dollars there, or you have big dreams like I had of driving machines. And you know, men, we are really fan of having good machines. Well, I don't have to squat for you to get into the car. And we also want to build big houses, you know, to travel around the world. Whatever your dream is, come over and we'll mentor you, we'll guide you on how to achieve them. Now, let's be honest. It all depends on how you make your money. If you depend on employment, that is the letter E there, then every month you make some money, but the following month you are broke. Or if you are self-employed, then you only make money when you are working. But you want to get to a point where money works for you. Now, that's not possible on the left-hand side, guys. It is only possible on the right-hand side. where we have big business builders and investors. And now tonight we want to discuss how do you cross over from the left-hand side to the right-hand side. And in your life as a sure vehicle. I want to show you how that one works. It worked for me, it will work for you. You only need to believe in yourself and you have that attitude of wanting to change your life. So we say this, partner with New Life International. They are not employing you. You just partner with them and you build your own business. They will give you maximum support, and as leaders will also give you maximum support. So you are directly connected with the company so that you'll be using their products instead of buying things from supermarkets and the like. And then you will need only 8,820 Kenya shillings to do that. And that also gives you an international license. If you're a business person, you know that there is no business, significant business will start out there at only 8,820, surely. And it gives you financial freedom. It's not possible. But our motto here is people empowering people. So the kit you are given is going to help you to build your business in many countries because the license itself in that kit is international. Today, we are excited to have businesses in many countries. You won't believe the kind of money we get from different countries in different currencies. Very exciting. And number two, you're being given literature materials. We don't want to operate blindly. We want to have some knowledge, some information about the business that we are operating. And the product that Pearose really talked about, Provitality, you are given a whole pack with the 4 different products for a whole month, still at the 8,820. Amazing. Now you can see your money is back already. And we'll be talking of points. Every product has got points. And those are the points that will be used to pay you some money at the end of the month. Then you are given your own website, still at 8820. Now look at that kind of empowerment. You are also going to get your kit free of charge delivered to your doorstep. That is the kind of support that the company gives you. So now what we are saying is this. Since you've already gotten the Provitality, the first instance of huge excitement is on perfecting your health. I can tell you in the first 1 week of taking the Provitality, you'll tell me you'll be feeling so energetic, vibrant, and you feel, wow, I'm proud of who I have become. But now when you are healthy, then we can talk about money. How do you make money? Here we say we work. We won't promise you free money because that doesn't exist anywhere. But we will work with you. We help you to work smartly. That's what we do. You work smart, we don't work hard. So nothing very new from what we've been doing on a daily basis. The first thing is change your shop from the chemist, from the supermarket to your New Life shop. If it's bathing, shower with LDC instead of the Carsons and the others that you've been using. And you'll be getting points for any product that you buy. There are some friends who may not want to join for whatever reason. We are all different. Maybe they are very okay financially. They don't want to build any business. So they will buy products, but because they are not members, then you are the one to help them with the products. Is it for free? No, you make some profits. But you also get points because you are buying in your number. Number 3 is where you build a network of other consumers. Now, this is very interesting that whatever you are buying for your own use, you'll be paid, but you'll also be paid from whatever the people you have brought on board will be buying. So you get points from your own buying and you get points from your network's buying. And the final thing that you do is you train. Every Tuesday at 8 p.m., we train you free of charge through this Zoom forum for free. And you'll be able to become an expert. Remember, you cannot understand everything at once, but we'll be teaching you how to get to know about the products. So you already got that 6 points when you joined, and you've bought a few products. You're already at 100 points or plus. Some start with even 1,000 points. And the company calls you a qualified distributor. Now, follow me here. You see where the money comes in. You've gotten the recognition of a distributor, but you also have friends who are also dreamers, people who want to change their lives. So when you bring them on board, they also become qualified distributors. They are buying the products for their own use. And when you have 4 of them, the company will appreciate that and recognize you with a small token. Here you start small going up. And you are recognized as a manager with a pin of manager, written manager like mine here, but yours will be written manager. And the starting cash is around 2,500. Then now, as we help the 4 distributors to become managers like you'll be going to the next level. Because when you help people to grow, then you grow. So when you have the 4 as managers and some others are distributors, the company calls you a senior manager. They recognize you with a pin written senior manager, and your small check grows to around 25,000 Kenya shillings. But this is not where we are headed. We want to get to the top of the ladder. So what do? Let's help the 4 to become senior managers like you. And we also help others to become managers and distributors. And you become a director. When you're a director, things start changing. With the part-time 90,000 Kenya shillings, you can be able to do a few things here and there, and the company will again recognize you as a director with very many other benefits that we'll be telling you about director. There are many cash incentives, lifestyle at places like Windsor Government Country Club, and so on and so forth. In a nutshell, what we are saying is this. Yes, you started as a distributor, you became a manager, you became a senior manager, then director. Now from that point, focus on helping the people you have brought to also become directors. And as they earn 90,000 Kenya shillings, you are earning 100,000 Kenya shillings, and you are given a new recognition that we call Sapphire Director. And the company even takes you out of the country for holidays, like we are headed on 15th of April next year with all our Sapphire directors. We will be at Czech Republic. That is when you start living and you realize that you are surviving. You have 3 directors and you are called a Ruby director, earning 200,000 Kenya shillings. And when you have 6 directors, you are called a president team member, earning 500,000 Kenya shillings. What an exciting journey. For us, me and Pearose, we started as distributors 10 years ago, and in less than 3 years, we were already at the top as president team members because we were really hungry for success and we knew it is possible. There is a God who will always fulfill the desires of your heart, and he did exactly that. But it's just because we said yes when we were shown the opportunity. As president team members, the company started paying us 500,000 per month and giving us some exciting lifestyle. And I remember by 2015, when I was resigning from the university, I was earning more than 10 times what the university was paying me. So life has been very good. And I can only encourage all of us, this is where we belong. Don't shy away from starting it. You don't need to be good at it. You just start and you'll be good at it when you have started. So I want to post there so that we can get a chance to hear from our wonderful speaker. I asked him to visit us tonight, and he was very excited because we've been meeting with him in many places all over the world. He's a very good friend and very successful, and I can tell you in Uganda, he's a hot cake. And so we are privileged to have him on this call. And this is none other than Jesse, all the way from Uganda. If Jesse, you can hear me, please.
Yes, I can hear you. Can you see me?
I can hear you. I'm sure I'll be able to see you soon. Is your mic, yes. Are you on?
Yes, I am. Can you hear me?
Yes, and I can see you very well. Go on, Jesse.
Thank you so much, Josphat and Pearose. I'm so delighted to be with you all this evening. I'm so humbled and delighted to be on this call tonight. When I received the invitation, my heart skipped a bit because, it was I was so delighted. I couldn't imagine that I would be invited to share with you all, but I'm so humbled and I'm so thankful for the opportunity that I have had to be with you here. I've been listening to what Pearose was sharing and then what Josphat shared, and that is exactly what I had when I was invited, just like you, if you are a guest. So a little bit about myself. My name is Jesse Ainebiona. I come from Kampala, Uganda. I trained as a mechanical engineer, and I'm married. My wife is called Diana. Together we have 2 little girls, Ruby, who is 3, and Moriah, who is 1. I got to learn about this business through a friend of mine who invited me to come and have a look at, the business. I remember I was just getting started in my first year at the university when I received a phone call. And he said, Jesse, would you like to see a way you can make some money while on campus? It was that simple. It was that plain. Now, I was not quite open to the idea, but I knew him, I trusted him. So I said, yes, I would like to. So I came to the meeting. It was a physical meeting. It was not an online meeting. When I entered the room, I saw products. So in my mind, I'm thinking, are you going to tell me to sell these products? Okay, so as the meeting went on, they showed us what the products do. Some people came and they gave some testimonies and I got excited. Among them, there were some young people. And in my heart of hearts, in my mind, I was thinking, if I can just make about $20 out of this business. As a student, I was on government sponsorship here in Uganda. It is a program that the government puts in place, that if you get good grades, the government can sponsor you to study your course at the university. So I had got a government-sponsored program. So all I'm trying to say is that money was not really, really urgent at that time. So when I, saw the business and saw some young people who had done it, I have this thing in my spirit that I've always lived by, that one, you will never know if it works until you try it. That has always been my mantra. That's something that I live by, because when I saw the business, I almost disqualified myself. But I said, you will never know if this thing works until you try. So I didn't have the money. I looked for the money, and I got started in the business. Now, for me, 5 months went by before anything began to happen in my business. 5 months. And I say that to impress upon you, especially the guests and the distributors, that it's one thing to start the business. It's another thing to do it. Sometimes people start the business out of excitement, but things don't happen until you make them happen. So 5 months later, I'm telling you, no profit, no check. I'm coming for training. I'm seeing what people are teaching. But for some reason, I don't have that courage to go out and talk to someone about what I'm doing. So in the 5th month, the person who invited me was gracious enough to make a phone call. And he asked me, Jesse. I said, yes. He was called David. He said, Jesse, how is business? Because of course he could see how I was doing. He knew I was not doing much, but he asked me, how is business? I said, it's fair. He said, what products are you using? I went quiet. I went silent because I didn't know how to tell a lie. If they say if you tell one lie, you have to tell many more lies to cover the one lie. So it's just better you don't tell any. So I said, I'm not using any. He said, that is the problem. And that is where I want us to start. So go look for some money and get some products and begin to use them. I remember we had just got faculty allowance, money which we used to get as government students. I took that money. And so I began to look for which products to buy. So I first looked at the health products. I said, Jesse, young as I am, I don't think I'm sick. So let me start using the soaps. So I bought some Super 10 for cleaning around my room. I bought some LDC. I bought some G1 laundry. These are laundry products. So when I began to use these products, plus the hand and body lotion, those are the products that I started with. When I began to use those products, now something happened that to this day, I have never quite understood, because I like to say that these products not only worked for me, they worked on my attitude. When I used them, I began to feel convinced that these products do what we say they do. I got up and I began to talk to people. The people I once feared, I now faced them head on. I began to talk to people on the street. I remember one time I was moving, and then I just happened to be moving with this guy. We were moving in the same direction. So we were like moving, how you're moving on the road and there's someone walking next to you. So I just started a conversation. I said, hello, how are you? my name is Jesse. I'm a student here at the university. And what about you? So he told me his name. We began to talk. We built a small conversation. And then as we were about to depart, I asked him, excuse me, let me just ask you something. I asked him this question. I said, if I would show you a business that you can do in your spare time and make some additional income, would you be open to have a look? And then I paused. He said, yes. I said, give me your number. He asked me, what is it about? I said, no, as you can see, we are now about to go. Give me your number. I will call you and explain to you. So I made a phone call. The following meeting, I invited him and he came with a friend. Now, 2 of those people got started in that meeting. You should have seen me. I was so excited. You know, I said, I think I have landed on what works for me. That month, I went crazy. I talked to people. 5 people got started in the business. After spending 5 months with no customer, no distributor, 5 people got started. I made a step. I became a manager. I was so excited. I got my first check. It was not only my first check in the business. It was my first check in life. The check was small, no doubt about it. But one thing that I appreciated was that this gave me an opportunity to see the future. And the person who invited me encouraged me and said, Jesse, one day you'll add zeros to that small check. So 2 months later, I became a senior manager. I was really burning with excitement. 3 months later, I became a director. I was earning about $200, about 20,000 Kenya shillings at the university. Now, I know that's not a lot of money, but for a student, that is some good money. And let me tell you, I still remember that when I was earning this money on campus, you know, something happened to even my confidence went up. You know, whenever the teacher would ask, what is applied thermodynamics? Even if I was not sure of the answer, I would just put up the hand because, you know, even if the answer is wrong, the money will just keep on coming. So I really came out of my shell. And then I remember when I was moving into 4th year, the university came looking for top performing students, you know, students who had the highest CGPA. And I recall that I was a man. And that also just tells you that doing this business is not an excuse that you cannot do other things. You can still do it if you're a student and you're here. This is not an excuse that now you have to not perform well in class. No, you can do this and focus on it, do it and focus on your academics and still pass there, you know? So by the time, I remember when I was in my 3rd year, I bought myself a car. Wow. And then I remember one day it was raining and my professor was walking. I said, excuse me, sir, do you mind if I just give you a lift to class, you know? It was nice, you know, it was just good. So I remember when I was graduating in my country, and I'm sure it's the same thing in your country in Kenya, there are so many students who look for jobs and they cannot find any. You know, by the time I graduated, I was earning in excess of 100,000 Kenya shillings. And in my country, you don't pay that money to a graduate engineer. You know, you don't get that money. So I decided, let me carry on and I continue to build this business. And then about 3 years later, I developed this yearning, you know, this hunger that, just say, okay, yes, you're doing this business, but can you do something with your profession? Can you do something with your engineering profession? So I said, okay, let me give it a try. So I went back to the university, I got my transcript, and then I began to look for an opportunity to work as an engineer, but also continue to run my business. Now, an opportunity came. There was a company which was hiring. So they wanted someone who was a mechanical engineer, but also someone who had a sales experience. So I put in my CV and my CV had all these things. I had attended leadership conference here. So when I entered, the panel was so expectant. So when I entered, I sat there. There were 2 mechanical engineers and 1 human resource manager. So they had looked through my CV and they knew who is this guy. Okay, so they asked me, young man, I said, yes. You studied mechanical engineering? I said, yes. They said, can you explain to us the prime mover of a generator? Okay, so while I was even thinking of the answer, I noticed I had not even understood the question, you know? So in my mind, I reasoned that if I say something that I'm not sure about, I will look weird, like I will look foolish. So I said, I don't know. You know, confidently, imagine you have gone for an interview and then you tell the panel that you don't know. And you know, one thing about me is I was not desperate because look, I was running this business. If they don't give me the job, I am okay, I am happy, I'm earning, I'm fine. So I was confident, not full of myself, but just confident in myself. So I said, I don't know. So they made the question a little bit, they made it a little bit simpler. They said, what moves the car? I said, fuel. So what is the mover of the generator? I thought again, I said, no, I'm not sure about that. And I will not lie to you. Then they asked me another question. I also said, I don't know. Now, in my mind, I was thinking, Jesse, you've come for an interview and you don't know, you're making a fool of yourself. So about that time, the human resource manager interjected and said, Jesse, are you really an engineer? I said, yes, I am. Then I said, the only reason I cannot answer these questions is because I have not had an opportunity to work in a field like this. But give me an opportunity, I will prove myself. It is when I said that statement that I think they gained confidence in me. Why? Because people say they do not hire you for your skills, they hire you for your personal development. I was confident. I could express myself confidently. Even if I did not have the technical skills, I could look them in the eye, smile at them confidently, and tell them whatever I wanted to tell them. Later on, they asked me some questions about sales and other things, and those I answered. And then, to cut the long story short, I got the job. Not because I was technically competent, but because of my personal development. And for me, that's one of the greatest things I have got out of this business. For a long time, I used to be average. I never used to believe in myself. Today, I have spoken to so many audiences in different parts of the world. Today, I am a leader in my own right. Today, I walk with my head held high, and I believe that I can have something to offer to the world. So I worked on this job for 2 years and 4 months. And while I was on this job, and I still thank God that I had an opportunity to work on that job, because I began to appreciate the value of Neolife. For the time I worked on the job, I was doing this business part-time. The business which I was doing part-time was paying me more than the job I was doing full-time. That was the first realization. The second thing I observed, I noticed that people are frustrated on jobs, but they don't have a choice. People would complain, but every morning they would go to work. Complain, but the following morning go to work. Why? Because they have no choice. Even if you complain, you can't go anywhere because you need the money. So for me, I had learned one thing, that poor people get a job to earn. Rich people get a job to learn. I had gone to learn the dynamics of the corporate world. After 2 years and 4 months, I tendered my resignation and I said, I appreciate you for the time you have given me to, learn skills here and offer service. I would like to transition out. They called me, the MD sat me down, the HR sat me down and said, Jesse, where are you going? We wanted to promote you. Stay with us. There is a bright future ahead of you. I said, no, I run my own business and I came in to learn how this kind of world operates. I can take the skills I have learned back to my own business. So they asked me, can you give us 6 months to get a suitable replacement for you? I said, no, I'll give you 2. So they brought in someone, I trained them, and then I transitioned out. And for me, that is a testimony, because I left my job voluntarily. I was not fired. I chose to go, and to this day, I have built some meaningful relationships even where I used to work. So what I'm simply saying is, this is a business that gives you an opportunity to become your own boss. It is a business that gives you a chance to do something that you love with people that you enjoy to work with. The other thing I have really enjoyed about this business is the beauty of travel. I had never traveled much. I had never traveled by air. I remember the first trip that I ever took was when Neolife was celebrating a Golden Jubilee celebration in London in the year 2008. And I was part of the entourage from Uganda that was invited to participate in this convention. And I want to tell you, this was my first day on an aircraft. I hardly slept that night because I couldn't imagine getting on a plane. Since then, I have been to South Africa many times. I have been to Victoria Falls, where I did one of the most scary thing called bungee jumping. I have been to Mauritius. I've been to a number of beautiful places. And I believe that if you are here, you have a dream, you love to travel, this is the right place. I remember when I was invited by the company to attend a Ruby orientation in South Africa. Then I was not married. I went with my mother. Now, my mother had never traveled. She owns no passport. I did all those things for her. I got her a visa. And I still remember when we got on that South African Airlines, she sat on the window and she just kept looking outside, and all she could say was fantastic, fantastic, fantastic. Everywhere she went, we went to South Africa, spent there 3 days. She had a treat of a lifetime. To this day, she still talks about that trip. And it just makes me imagine the impact that you can have on many other people that you do not even know. Another beautiful thing out of this business is that I've been able to develop as a person. I've bought land, today it is appreciating. I have gained assets. So this is an opportunity where you can grow yourself. I've also had a chance to help other people. I still remember this particular young man who I met at the university in where I studied my engineering degree. I met him in the bathroom. You know, you can talk to anybody anywhere in this business. So I still remember I asked him, he was called Deus. I said, Deus, would you be interested in a business that you can do in your spare time? He said, yes. So he came to attend the presentation. And after that, I asked him, he told me, I'm ready to start the business. So I gave him the form. I said, sign the form. So he couldn't sign the form. He said, you sign for me. I said, no, you sign it for yourself. Then after that, I noticed that he had an impairment because since when he was born normal. Unfortunately, he had an accident that made him impaired, that left him impaired. So he couldn't write, he couldn't walk. He really had a hard time. So he got started in the business. He began to use the products, and then his confidence began to, arise. He grew the business, became a director, became an emerald director. I began to see this young man come out of his shell. He could speak confidently. And then one day he was sponsored by the government of Denmark to go and give his story to other people in Denmark who are just like him. This young man, to cut the long story short, has met the Queen of England. He has met the former president of the US, Barack Obama, just because of the foundation that Neolife gave him. So I can imagine where such people would be if I had never started the business. So if you are here today, you are looking for something that you're doing. I like to say this, if you have been praying for an opportunity, stop praying and start this business because God has answered your prayer. If you pray for money, God does not bring you money. He brings you a vehicle. He brings you an opportunity that will turn into your answered prayers. So I believe that if you are here today, you are a guest, you have been looking for something, look no further. Do this business with a passion. One of the things that to this day I feel so strong about is the power of legacy. The person who invited me to this business, unfortunately, passed away 12 years ago. He had only done it for 3 years, only 3 years. He passed away in 2008, shortly after we had just come from London. He was a third-year student of medicine. This young man was unique. He worked with me for 3 years, and then he passed away in a tragic accident. But the beauty about this for me, because I worked with him closely, in fact, I was with him the day before he passed away. I had a meeting in Kenya. I was coming to speak to a team in Nairobi, and then while I was in the airport, I received a phone call that David has been involved in an accident and he has not survived, So I still have that at the back of my mind. But one thing that stands out for me is even 12 years later, the business that he left behind is still operating. Every month, this business produces about $1,000 every single month. Yet he did the work over 15 years ago. Now, for me, that tells me the power of legacy. Because if God called you tonight, if God forbid, if God called you soon, the work that you're doing, the job that you have, the business that you're building, would it still look after the people that are depending on you right now? This is a business that you can start today, and 10, 15 years from now, the effort that you're putting in today will still pay you even many years to come. It is a beautiful source of passive income. So if you are a guest to this business, it is the best opportunity that you can embrace. I could go on, but let me just leave a little lesson for us here as distributors. The first thing about this business really is that for me, I believe this business works when you work it. Nothing works until you do. So yes, you started the business. I started this business, but for 5 months, nothing happened. Not because it wasn't working, but because I was not working. So this business works for those who work it. Work your business, set a goal and then begin to push for it. Begin to help other people, begin to sponsor, begin to support, begin to train, begin to pass on that which you are learning, because it works, but it works when you do it. The second thing about this business is that, you have to persist, you have to persevere, you have to just keep consistent, keep on keeping on. There's a young lady that got started in my business about 2 years ago, just today, in fact, even before month end, she became a director. And she sent me a message and said, Jesse, thank you so much for the support, for the care, for the guidance. I really appreciate you. May God bless you. The joy of helping other people. For me, that is one of the things that I think is greater than money. It's greater than all these material things, because all those things can pass. But one thing that will never pass is the impact, the influence that you leave on other people. And I think this is the best place to be if you really aspire to help other people. Because we used to have a tagline that this is a business for people empowering people. that by empowering others, we achieve our dreams. So go out there and empower more people, because the more people you empower, the more people you support, the more success you get. In fact, I remember attending a conference in Durban where the 5-diamond director, Muduma Okoyana, said something that I've never forgotten. He said, the raw material for your next step is under your feet. Meaning, if you support the people in your team, that is the raw material for you to take your next step. Wow, I will never forget that. So that is one lesson I want to leave with you. This business is like a relay. It's not about winning as an individual. It is about winning as a team. Support those on your team. Do it, encourage them, and by winning together, you all achieve success. It has been such a joyful experience for me, and I will forever be grateful that I met Neolife. So go on and get moving, because we have the same company, we have the same products, we have the same opportunity, we have the same plan. Everything is the same. You know, when I look at people like Pearose and Josphat, they are not special. They are people like you and I. Whatever they have done, you can do it, because what a man can do, a man or a woman can also do it. So, you know, you have the best example of people that are really leading by example. Follow in their footsteps. I learn a lot of inspiration from them because I see their results when they sponsor. You know, you have the best example of what this business can do. So follow in their footsteps and do whatever they have done, because why not you if they have done it? So thank you so much, Pearose. I truly believe that if you're on this call tonight, one time, one day, you will be the next president's team member. And by the way, in this business, people don't fail. They just leave too soon. Nobody ever fails in this business. They just leave too soon. Don't leave, because the works of your hands will one time mature and materialize, and your success will be there. The question is, will you be there to claim it? Will you be there to claim it? So don't leave the business. Just keep on keeping on, because whatever others have achieved, you too can achieve. So thank you so much, Pearose and Josphat. I'm really humbled. I'm really delighted to have had the opportunity to share with you and with the team. And I hope that this has gone a long way to inspire someone, to encourage someone. In case we are about to give up tonight, please keep on keeping on. One day you'll be the next president's team member on the platform. Back to you, Josphat.
Wow, thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Jesse, for that message from deep within your heart. We really appreciate. I will not add anything. I will only promise you that there are some people in this call who are first timers listening to you for the very first time. And very soon we'll be inviting you again, but this time not to encourage anyone to start, but to celebrate success of those who have joined today, being the last day of October. And as Jesse has said, if we have done it, you can do it also. And I can assure you, this is what you've been looking for. Unfortunately, some will take it, others will leave it. That's the normal way of life, but you never know what God has kept for you unless you are that person who keep trying things. May God bless you so much for being here with us. Thank you very much, Jesse. I didn't hear that kind of a thing when I was joining. Me, I only heard there is money and I joined, and here I am. I can imagine now those who have heard from such a mega successful gentleman, then they have got the best starting point. And to all our guests, I will ask that you turn to the person who invited you. Don't go to bed before you call them. Thank them for the opportunity and ask them one question: how can I get started now? I know there are dreamers in the call who will not sleep before they join us. And when you join us, we'll mentor you, we'll walk with you every single step. And we'll be meeting in the beaches of the world if you'll be there to be met. Thank you very much. God bless you. The person who invited you will give you the pay bill number. Pay the 8820 right away and start the journey that will change your life 360 degrees. Thank you very much, and God bless you. God bless your families.